Have you ever been thinking or talking about someone and then have them call you, or you run into them soon thereafter and you say something like, "Oh, I was just talking about you," or "I was just thinking about you, how funny." If you've ever had an experience like this, then you've experienced the magical power of the law of attraction. The law of attraction is an idea that has been discussed all through history, from Jesus to Buddha, from Plato, the philosopher, to Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, and even Einstein has discussed it. But the law of attraction has only become widely popular over the past 100 years due to many publications such as the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, where Napoleon studies the life of many successful people and was personally trained by Andrew Carnegie, one of the richest people to ever live, who also accredited his success partially due to the law of attraction. So what is the law of attraction? In essence, the law of attraction states that like is attracted to like, meaning we will gravitationally attract into our life what we are the mental and emotional equivalent of. If we are a good person filled with joy and gratitude, we will naturally attract good things into our life that will make us more joyous and grateful. But if we are mean and angry people, we will naturally attract more things into our life to be mean and angry about. The fundamental principle behind the law of attraction is that we become what we think about, and that your current life circumstances are there because you've attracted those things into your life. The amount of money you have, the friends you have, your physical health, your job situation, and where you live are all that have been manifested in accordance to your state of being. Your outer life is a direct reflection of your inner life, and vice versa. When told this idea, most people get confused and sometimes downright upset. They say, "How did I attract this sickness or this debt or this bad situation? That's not my fault. I never wanted that." However, if you are a believer in the law of attraction, you believe that you are responsible for the good things, and therefore you must also be responsible for the bad things that happen as well. The idea is that we attract what we are equivalent to, and this isn't intended to make you feel inferior or bad and say that these things are your fault, but is intended to liberate and excite you because you are now aware that you're not damned to your life circumstances and that these things can be changed with only small inner shifts instead of hard outer work. It's not your fault that you attracted these things. You were just thinking, acting, and feeling in a way that you were brought up to think, act, and feel. And now, being aware that these things manifest into your life, you can take control of your mental and emotional states and direct them into a more pleasurable direction. The reason poor circumstances typically manifest into our existence is because of our focus on them. The law of attraction doesn't respond to do's and don'ts, only to the center of focus. So for example, if you always say, "I don't want to get sick," and feel strongly about it and take action on that idea, you will more common than not develop the sickness you're trying to avoid. On the other hand, you could say, "I love staying healthy." Feel strongly about that statement, and by shifting from sick conscious to health conscious, it will cause your body to naturally take different steps that will lead you to perpetuate that state of health. It is these minor inner shifts that change the greater reality of our lives. Another thing people think right off the bat when told about the law of attraction is that they believe thinking things into existence is impossible and not scientific, when in reality, there are actually a lot of scientific evidence that fully backs up these ideas. The law of attraction first falls into harmony with the law of sympathetic resonance, which says that if two pianos are in a room and the C note is played on one piano, then the C note on the second piano will begin to ring naturally since they are equivalent in value. We as humans are similar to the piano in a way that every cell in our body vibrates in varying degrees of frequencies similar to the vibration of piano keys, and our thoughts and emotions have direct connection to these frequencies. Many doctors have found that when people get sick, that the majority of these people are temporarily depressed, sad, or angry about things going on in their life. Their low vibratory emotions are causing their body to slow down their immune system and therefore become more susceptible to illness. On the opposite end, when heavily monitored, doctors have found that when people are overwhelmed with the feeling of love and gratitude, that every cell in their body lights up with energy and can be comparable to a person made of light, which is interesting due to all the biblical references to angels and their comparison to being filled with love and gratitude. Could this have been the result of our much stronger and healthier pineal glands during the biblical era being susceptible to these subtle energies and picking up on the strong feelings of love and therefore interpreting them as angels or people of light? Maybe. But continuing forth, the law of sympathetic resonance. As our mental and emotional states influence the vibration of the cells in our body, the vibration will cause other people and circumstances of equivalent value to naturally stick out and appear attractive to us. So when we talk or think about someone, we begin to vibrate equivalently to them, and therefore we pop into their head, and they feel attracted to calling us. This is also why we meet some people and just seem to click with them so well. It's because they share the same vibration that we do. The old saying, birds of a feather flock together, rings true here, as this demonstrates how the law of sympathetic resonance applies to the human beings. There are a lot of scientific experiments which support the truth of our thoughts influencing our reality, such as Masaru Emoto's water experiment, and how he proved that thoughts and emotions change the molecular structure of water, which in turn affects the quality of any materials placed within the water. Since the Earth and all living things are commonly 2/3 water, this commonly has huge implications for our planet, as well as our well-being. Another experiment was the double slit experiment, which proved that observation affects matter directly. And then there was the Maharishi Effect, which demonstrated how many grouped together minds can alter the minds of a whole population. And finally, the Hundredth monkey experiment, which demonstrates that humanity can learn knowledge together, and that when enough people understand a topic, that the rest of society will naturally understand it too. These studies are super interesting, so I'll link them below so you can learn more. But what these studies prove is that our minds and emotions totally and completely alter our environment. For the religious type, it's even discussed in the Bible by Jesus in form of prayer. I will link a short little 30-page book by Neville Goddard that goes into incredible detail about it. It's also discussed by Buddha, who popularly said, "What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. And what you imagine, you create." Many current famous figures accredit their success to the law of attraction as well. And a simple Google search will reveal that that's true. People such as Oprah Winfrey, Jim Carrey, Will Smith, Kanye West, Jay-Z, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Big Sean, and Lady Gaga are all examples of people who accredit their success to the law of attraction. As you can see, the law of attraction is not some passing cloud of nice-sounding thoughts, but truly a foundation for many of the world's greatest people, philosophies, ideas, religions, and businesses. You don't have to believe in it. I'm not going to say that it's the truth, but don't discredit it as just being false either. What I would say is experiment with it as much as you can and to the best of your ability to draw your own conclusions. There's nothing to lose, but everything to gain by trying. So how can I use the law of attraction in my own life? First step is to know what you want in complete detail. Make sure the desires are thorough. If you want to be rich, you should know exactly how much, in what form, such as cash, check, or online transaction, and by when. Next, have these desires written in a place where you can see them daily. On the back of your door, so you can see it before you leave the house and when you come home at night, or on your bathroom mirror, or even as the background of your cell phone, wherever you can see what you want to achieve frequently. Many people also like creating vision boards. A vision board being a physical board where you can take all the things you wish to have, print them out as photos, and glue them onto a board where you can see them every day and imagine yourself in possession of them. One YouTuber, Natalie Outlet, told me that she had a photo of her YouTube channel and she photoshopped in that she had over 1 million subscribers and looked at that daily. And then after a month, her numbers skyrocketed and she was awarded as being one of the fastest growing YouTubers that year in her field, and she now has over 4 million subscribers. The most powerful technique I have found for manifesting things quickest is to sit down in a quiet space every morning before beginning the day and at night before heading to bed, and consciously imagining yourself in possession of what you want, believing, seeing, and feeling as if it were already true right now. Doing that for 15 minutes at a time will accelerate the manifestation of those things. Other factors that can help expedite the process are expressing frequent gratitude, meditating to calm your mind, and taking actions that represent the reality of the desire, such as planning how you will spend the desired income once you receive it. Also, continuing to learn about the law of attraction from books or YouTube videos is a great way to continue to reinforce your ideas on it. When people begin using the law of attraction, there are a few common mistakes that are easy to fall into. One thing people do is they use the word want. By saying, I want something, you will only manifest more want for it, and more reinforced manifestations of not having it. Instead, say things like, I love having this thing, or a big one is using the words, I am, to enforce the reality of it, such as, I am healthy. Second, stray away from the phrase, I will, because that also indicates to the universe that you're not already doing it and therefore manifesting more lack of doing it. Third, don't look for the manifestation. It always manifests when we have completely let go of the need for it. By looking for it, we cut off the universe from delivering it in the best and fastest way possible. So go along your day and focus on just being present and enjoying your life. Fourth, don't talk about your desires. The more people you tell what you're trying to manifest, the more opportunity there is for people's judgment to cloud your ideas and withhold the manifestation, such as telling your parents you want to be a millionaire and them telling you it's impossible. This conversation can stunt the manifestation of it and therefore lead to you believing that it really is not possible and therefore discontinuing the manifestation. Fifth, have fun with it. Don't let it stress you out. Don't think, I'd be cool with just a few nice things. You can feel free to ball out. It's your imagination, and you can go as big as you want with it. No one is there to judge you but yourself, so dream as big as you can. And that's it. Those are the fundamentals of the law of attraction. If you have any questions or any law of attraction stories, please leave them in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe for more talks on life. Thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to your success. Thank you.